Postmodern sperm retrieval. It can make a man a father even after his unexpected death. A La Mesa doctor is a leader in the procedure and took time to walk us through the process. It's an uncomfortable scenario, a decision that by definition is made in emotionally traumatic times, but ultimately could bring loved ones left behind a reason for hope. Male fertility and sexual medicine specialists in La Mesa is a one-stop shop.
This is Dr. Bastuba's conglomerate of companies that he owns.
They do everything from freezing sperm for future use to vasectomy reversals, even some fertility help for women. The work here is essentially about giving life.
Each one has a story to tell.
But the latest branch on the tree of practices is a little different: postmortem sperm retrieval. It can make a man a father after his untimely death.
And this offers an ability to try to bring some hope and some solace back.
Dr. Martin Bastuba is the director of male fertility specialists. The retrieval process isn't new.
It is legal to do in the state of California, and I deeply believe it is ethical to do and makes sense to do.
Dr. Bastuba says they will only do the procedure when the death involves a married couple that had planned to grow their family. They talk to the widow and to the parents of the man who died whenever possible to make sure that everyone is on the same page.
And if that is the case, and if the family agrees to that and everyone is supportive of that, then that is the type of patient that we're interested in retrieving from.
The whole process starts with a phone call.
I can get a call on my cell phone anytime, night or day.
Mel Cohen is the chief operations officer here. Once a candidate is cleared, things start to move. From phone call to mobilization to getting the team out there and going, how long will that process take?
Great question. It can happen very differently. In some cases, the patient's on a ventilator. They've had a car accident, and they may become an organ donor, so it could be 4 or 5 days. We've got lots of time.
But if someone is physically dead, they need to have the retrieval done within 24 hours. They work with 17 teams throughout California, and it's a relatively simple procedure.
Typically, the skin is overlying the organ, and we would just go through the skin and take a small portion of testicular tissue, and sometimes some tissue from the epididymis.
The sample then goes to this lab.
This is our andrology laboratory. And in
What's
our
andrology?
Andrology is the study of male hormones and sperm.
Okay.
And effectively, this is our laboratory.
From here, it's stored in a vault.
There's police sensitivity, there's security, there's all sorts of things. Because we're guarding some very precious things. That is really
You can feel the weight of that. Dr. Bastuba points out there are billions of precious assets here. Frozen sperm, eggs, embryos, and other tissue. Any decision to attempt a pregnancy won't be rushed. The practice enforces a 1-year waiting period before anything starts to move forward, and very few have made that decision. They've only had 4 successful pregnancies in 2 decades in this scenario.
We have a vetting process. They have to have psychological clearance. There's a lot of time for them to sort through things because we want to make sure that they're not making a decision out of despair. We want to make sure it's going to be a positive thing. This is for unplanned, unexpected deaths. Postmortem pregnancies can only occur through IVF. There just isn't enough sperm left for insemination. And they do recommend that men who are planning a family who could knowingly be entering life and death situations to freeze their sperm and store it. People who may be deployed into high-risk military situations, for example. And I'm sure people want to know how much it costs. It's $4,000, and that includes a year for storage.
Actually, with the cost of that for couples who are alive, that is actually pretty inexpensive. Super emotional issue. What are some of the legal challenges for the child?
Well, it's legal in California, so the process is legal, but there are complications when it comes to certain financial issues, things like wills, trusts, and benefits. If those are issues that are going to be important to that child, those financial ramifications, they say that this is something that you should really consult with an attorney before you move forward on. And one last thing, yes, they are trying to figure out how to do it with women. They can't do it yet right now,
I was thinking
but they
that.
are working on a method to retrieve eggs in the same type of manner post-mortem.
You know, it's a conversation that needs to be had among couples that feel strongly about this, and it's pretty amazing that we have the science that can do it.
Yeah, it's, again, if you're going in high-risk places, you should have a plan. If you're going to have a vasectomy, he recommends doing it because he's done a lot of vasectomy reversals to freeze sperm. But it is something that it's a last resort, but it's one that can bring some comfort.
Yeah, some comfort, some beauty, right for each individual. So yeah, thanks for bringing that.